Hey guys, welcome back to this week's 2-Minute Talk. I have a dupe for you today that doesn't look identical. I know that sounds ironic, right? But it's coming from my gut, and I firmly believe it's an actual dupe, and I'm excited to share it with you. By the way, I just want to highlight that I am kicking it old school right now. I am wearing on my lips by Revlon the Fire and Ice red classic from back in the day lipstick, and I have to tell you, right now I feel like I could kick some major ass. I think I'm going to keep it in check, but I just want you to know that I feel like I could. So the dupe that I have for you today, and what I want to devote this week's 2-minute talk to, has to do with the Nars Ita Brush. Do you remember this guy? We don't really talk about him very much anymore, but we talked about him a lot, quite a bit, not all that long ago. And so this is by Nars. It's $55. It's meant to be a contouring brush, and you know, it gets right in there underneath the little chisel of your cheekbone and gives you nice undefined contour, because the bristles on this brush and the hairs are very, very soft. So much so that they almost look like they're fraying a little bit. I'm not even sure that this brush will last me forever, which is so sad because it was 55 bucks. But it's kind of the nature of the beast in that the hairs are so soft that it makes sense that they might deteriorate over time as you use the brush, as you wash the brush. I am happy with the brush. I'm actually happy it's part of my collection. It's just something that's different. I do absolutely enjoy the contour that it gives me, because it keeps the contour in a line, but does so softly, so you will not get a sharp contour with this brush, which is exactly what I'm going for. So in theory, this should be the perfect brush, except it's really expensive. And except for the fact that I think it might not last very long. So because of that, I kind of put the brush aside. I didn't want it to die prematurely. I didn't want to wear it out. And so I've been using, and plus we change our brushes all the time. So I've been using a number of other contour brushes, not even intentionally looking for a dupe, because I felt like it was so unique that it couldn't possibly. And my gut, as I was using the brush I'm gonna compare it to, my gut was kind of just telling me, kind of, holy cow, this feels really, really similar. What I'm talking about is the round blush brush, ironically speaking, by Makeup Geek, and it's only $10. That's like less than 20% of the cost. Now we can use our brushes for whatever reason we please, and it's kind of fun to use a brush that's intended for one thing and use it in a different way. So even though this is called a blush brush, you can absolutely use it for contouring. In fact, it looks like other contouring brushes. The hairs on the end of this brush are crazy soft, similar to the Ita brush. This brush is a hair denser, but because they are pointed and come to a point, you can absolutely, just with a very light hand, get it to apply your product and your contour in the dimensions of your cheekbone where you're aiming for. I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that the bristles are black in color. I don't think they're made of exactly the same thing, although I have no idea, but they feel the same. So even though the brush doesn't look the same, every time I use this brush, I feel like I'm getting virtually exactly the same application and product placement that I do when I'm using the much more expensive Ita brush. And at the end of the day, honestly, that's really all that matters. I don't care that they look different. They literally just feel the same. And that, my friends, is my own personal definition of a dupe. And as a PS, I reach for this brush way more frequently than I reach for the Ita brush, just because I like it better. So that's my dupe for the week. A dupe that doesn't actually look like a dupe, but feels like a dupe. If it walks like a dupe and quacks like a dupe, it's a dupe, right? Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Please like this video and subscribe before you go. I would totally appreciate it. Check me out on social media anywhere else. I am Gina Creone everywhere. I hope you have a really good rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, thanks.